Should we now begin feeling bad for Blake Lively because she appeared at her Simple Favor 2 premiere, and people are noting that she seems increasingly uncomfortable and anxious, and maybe it really is just a lot for her to deal with. So we should discuss that. Should we be more compassionate toward Blake Lively?
Hold on. Did Blake Lively just implode? Because apparently, Robert Downey Jr. just went full-blown expose mode and dropped some bombshell receipts that are shaking Hollywood to its core. I mean, seriously, are you even sitting down for this? The one and only Iron Man himself, RDJ, just casually lit the fuse on this drama bomb, and now the whole town's in panic mode. We're talking breakdowns, waterworks, the whole shebang, all caught on tape for your viewing pleasure. Why, you ask? Oh, just a teensy little thing called Blake's undying thirst for fame and fortune, mixed with a touch of, nobody can outshine me or else. Yep, apparently her delicate little control freak act finally went up in smoke, and the world's getting a front row seat to the train wreck. Oh, you really want to know what RDJ uncovered? Well, hold on to your seat because the truth bomb that just exploded is like a fireworks show of pure chaos. Blake's epic efforts to cling to her shiny, fake persona, oh, they're next level ridiculous. This girl's been out here acting like she's got it all together, running the show, living that perfect curated life. But, spoiler alert, it was all a house of cards, and now it's toppling faster than you can say public meltdown. So, what happened when the undeniable truth came crashing down? A judge just handed her a brutal smackdown, dismissing one of her most dramatic claims faster than a bad reality show plot twist. Apparently, there was zero legal foundation for her outlandish stories. Yeah, ouch, right? And if you thought that was bad, buckle up because it gets worse. The jury instructions? Oh, they're juicy. If the jury even thinks she's fudging one single detail, they can toss everything she says straight into the trash. And I mean everything. If they sniff out even a little whiff of dishonesty, it's game over. She's officially the girl who cried, "I'm innocent." One too many times. The industry's loving the disaster she's built, though. I guess karma's got a VIP pass to her party now. Oh, for a control freak like Blake, this was like watching a slow-motion train wreck in real time. Catastrophic doesn't even begin to cover it. Naturally, she lost her mind. Like, full-on tantrum mode. Sources say she was throwing hissy fits left and right, flipping out at everyone involved, thinking she could just dictate how the whole thing was supposed to go. Spoiler alert, she was dead wrong. Instead of calmly adapting to the situation, she chose the classic route, flying off the handle like a privileged toddler whose juice box got taken away. And get this, insiders say she was whining that Justin Baldoni's side had the upper hand. Oh, how rich. A grown woman throwing a fit because the rules of the game didn't revolve around her. The judge? Not having it. Not for a single second. For months, Blake tried to spin herself as the poor, innocent victim, running PR stunts like she was auditioning for a Lifetime movie. Meanwhile, Baldoni was the bad guy in this whole story. Early on, some people bought it. I mean, she's really good at playing the "I'm so sincere" card on camera, right? But once the curtain came down and the real details started spilling out, those claims began looking shakier than a Jenga tower in an earthquake. You know what they say about courtrooms? They don't care for fake narratives. They care about real evidence and authenticity. And when it came down to it, her so-called proof was either a bunch of guesswork or just straight-up manipulation. So, when the judge annihilated her main argument, it became crystal clear. She was just trying to build a house of lies, and it crumbled faster than one of her sincere Instagram posts. Oh, the moment that ruling hit, you could practically feel the collective gasp from Hollywood. A massive backlash followed faster than a tabloid headline, and everyone started asking, okay, but what is Blake really hiding here? Social media exploded with a wave of skepticism. Even her die-hard fans were starting to get unsettled. You know things are bad when the loyal followers start doubting you. Legal experts didn't hold back either. On talk shows, it was like a synchronized yikes. Everyone, from the courtroom insiders to the armchair lawyers, was pretty much saying the same thing. This is not looking good. If Blake's PR team had a shred of common sense, sources said, they'd tell her to just cut her losses and settle right now. It's not just a legal disaster, it's a full-on PR nightmare. The whole thing is unraveling like a bad reality TV show, and Blake's public meltdown? Yeah, that's just peak manipulation on display for everyone to see. Witnesses who were there said her outbursts weren't just a little frustrating. No, we're talking full-on rage, like screaming at anyone who dared to cross her path. Meanwhile, Baldoni, cool as a cucumber. His calm, straightforward demeanor just made Blake's tantrums look even worse. The contrast between the two could not have been more damning. Blake's meltdown obliterated any last shred of that perfect image she tried so hard to maintain. It was like watching a movie where the villain forgets their lines, and suddenly everyone's like, oh, so that's who you really are. Oh, and if you think things couldn't get worse for Blake, just wait for it. Video evidence of her tantrums? Yeah, that's gonna haunt her at trial like an ex she can't shake. Experts were practically begging her to get a grip, warning that jurors can see right through her performative apologies or crocodile tears. These aren't the same gullible folks who fall for celebrity Instagram sob stories. Jurors, they don't have time for that nonsense. They want real, and right now Blake's giving them a one-woman circus act. And once that judge's decision dropped, oh, the tides shifted fast. People had already whispered about her behind-the-scenes scheming, but now, oh, they finally had the proof. The ultimate mic drop. Her manipulation was out in the open, and it left people questioning just how far she was willing to go to control everything and everyone. People realized she'd been playing a game for her own personal gain, and suddenly, the perfect Blake Lively everyone thought they knew was just a master manipulator in disguise. Even conservative commentators like Candace Owens and Meghan McCain hopped on the Baldoni's Our Guy train. That's when you know the entire world is seeing Blake as the main villain. Hollywood insiders, producers, directors, oh, they're distancing themselves faster than a bad relationship. Blake is too much trouble. She can't keep her temper in check, brings drama to every corner, and her toxic brand is draining. And her meltdown, it was basically a giant neon sign flashing, "I'm trouble," across the sky, only making her already fragile reputation even shakier. Good luck with that comeback tour. Oh, and here's the kicker. No studio in their right mind is going to gamble on an unhinged diva who might single-handedly tank a project's profitability. Like, why would anyone roll the dice on that kind of chaos? Industry whispers about Blake's overbearing personality are only making the whole thing worse. Apparently, she wanted control over everything: scripts, costumes, marketing, you name it. What was once just a bit annoying, now it's toxic with a capital T. It's one thing to be a little controlling, but when you're micromanaging every single detail and then spiraling into scandal after scandal, yeah, good luck getting a call back from any studio. Some are saying Blake and Ryan Reynolds should just negotiate a quiet settlement, pack up, and disappear into the sunset. But honestly, even that won't undo the wreckage. Hollywood doesn't forgive, and it definitely doesn't forget. Her obsessive, controlling behavior isn't just a one-off mistake. It's part of a pattern of deceit and manipulation that's finally come crashing down. And now, it's too big to ignore. Whether you're inside or outside Hollywood, the truth is obvious. Blake spent years burying any negative narratives, shoving only the good stories down the media's throat. She's basically been playing puppet master with the press. But this legal circus, oh, it stripped her of that control, exposing her heavy-handed tactics for all to see. Now, no one's buying her perfect image act, and everyone's more than happy to dig deeper into the layers of manipulation. Marketers and PR experts, they want nothing to do with her. They can smell a sinking ship from miles away. Blake's shown she can't handle pressure without going off the rails, and every attempt to clean up the mess just looks like a desperate attempt at damage control. Fans are bailing in droves, and the writing's on the wall. There's no quick fix for this disaster.